everybody, Phil here for AndroidCentral.com, and here it is, the HTC One, aka the M7. Quick hardware walkthrough. So you've got a 4.7-inch Super LCD display, not 5 inches, not 4 inches. It's pretty big, right? Down here on the bottom, you got a back button and a home button, and that's it. The HTC logo does nothing. Tap it all you want, you got to do anything. The home button does have dual functions, so you can hold it down to bring up Google Now, so that's important to know. What else? Dual stereo speakers. They're calling it Boom Sound, which is kind of a goofy name, but it sounds really good. You're kind of going to have to wait till you get it into a nice quiet room where we're at's not doing it. But dual stereo speakers. There is a little notification light up here in the top. Front-facing camera is wide-angle camera like they had on the DNA. So the design of this thing is not unlike the DNA. It's got the same sort of, we've talked about this I don't know how many times. You've got the display, and then in the middle is the battery, and then toward the posterior you have the PCB, the circuit board. So that lets you get this really cool teardrop effect. Now you see these white lines. They talked in their presentation today about how this is actually a single piece of aluminum, but they were able to mill out places, and these white lines have something to do with the antennas. It gets kind of technical, but this is actually all one piece of aluminum. I've seen the process they used to do it. It's really, really cool. Hardware, our volume buttons on the right. So here's the power button. Now it kind of looks like a normal power button, but it also serves as the infrared port for this HTC TV thing. It's not going to be huge in the US, but overseas it's a bigger deal. It's essentially Peel, right? Software is the other big deal. So here you see the blink feed screen, and this is just one part of the home screen experience, right? It's kind of what they're pushing because it's new and it's really cool, and it looks kind of like Flipboard without the flipping. And the idea is, hey, I got a couple minutes, I'm on the train, I'm on the bus or whatever, I want to see what's going on. So you can add feeds to here. Actually, you can't add feeds yet, you can't add your own, but there's a selection of feeds that you can choose from. And then you tap it, and you read, and you see how smooth everything is. This is all powered by a Qualcomm S600 processor. It's 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's really, really nice stuff. And I can't stress, again, how beautiful this LCD3 display is. So that's one home screen experience. You swipe over, and then you get what you would consider to be a normal Android home screen experience, right? So don't freak out at the blink feed thing. You can still use the traditional thing. And it should be sticky. Let me make sure it works. So you turn it off, and it should open right back up to the home screen experience. So if you don't want to use blink feed, you don't have to, all right? You use the standard home screen, turn it back on, and it goes right to it. So that's cool. The app drawer has been refined a little bit. You see it's only a 3x4 grid. It's very, very simple, and they're doing that on purpose. You can still add folders and things like that to it, but it's a really simplified app experience. You can tell the different font that HTC is using in Sense 5. Dive into the settings, and you see the menu experience is kind of the same thing, right? That hasn't changed a whole lot, but they have gone to this offshoot of Roboto. It's a version of the Roboto font. What else? NFC is on here, no wireless charging. It's a metal phone, right? What are you going to do? It is running Android 4.1.2 and not 4.2. I tell you, I'm not going to have a huge deal about that yet, although you are going to miss something like dash clock widget, right? But otherwise, it'll get an update eventually, I assume, but not a huge deal. What else? There's your app screen again, so you can scroll around. The idea is all the carrier stuff is going to be tucked into folders here. So it's really simple, and there are different sorting options like usual. The camera, of course, is the big deal. Again, a total of 4 megapixels, but really, I shouldn't even say that number out loud because we're talking ultra pixels here. 2 micron pixel size on the sensor, which is friggin' huge. There's no better way to see. I keep hitting the HTC button. There's no better way to describe it. So with the camera, you have these things called Zoes. Let's see if I can get my fingers out of the way. There we go. So if you hit the Zoe button, it will record a few seconds of these people doing their thing, which is why they're here doing their things. Let's see if we can find them in the gallery. Low light is the other big talking point with this. So here's the gallery app, and we should be able to see people starting to bounce around if anyone's taken one properly. There we go. So what you're going to see, yes, go away. Yep, there it is. You do have these on-screen shortcuts that are really tough to do one-handed. and freeze it. There we go. So now we should be able to see some motion here in a second. There you go. So you get these moving previews that are really, really cool to see. There you go, the Zoe. So it takes a little longer to load than you would think. Open one up, and we should get another preview. There it goes. You are able to share these. There are various ways to share them. You can share them straight through HTC, and HTC is working on new and different ways to do that as well. So really, it's something you're going to want to spend a lot of time with when we have more time with the phone. So for now, that is a very quick walkthrough of the HTC One, of the M7. Oh, you know what we didn't look at? The lock screen. So you do still have app shortcuts. You should still be able to customize those. You have the weather is on here as well. You see that's how you unlock. And also you customize it to put notifications on there for missed calls, text messages, things like that. Kind of standard stuff. A really good feeling phone. Can't wait to get a little more time with it. The camera thing's going to take some getting used to. The buttons are going to take some getting used to. But a really nice phone. I like it a lot. So that's it. See you later. Hey everybody, it's Phil from Android Central, and if you want to help out the site and look good, go get the best damn Android t-shirt anywhere from shopandroid.com.